Yesterday, theoretically, we have discussed what is Sightly and how we use it, right? Now, today's session, we'll try to define it practically. We'll see all the syntaxes of Sightly, right? So, first of all, here we have a data slide use. Okay, this is the data slide use we use to create an object, not only for your Java classes. So, here, what I have done here is I have defined the Java, right? So for this class, it will create an object, but not only for the Java. If you want to create for the JavaScript, for your HTML, for your resources, so you can use this data slide use. Okay. So this is the first one. Okay. After that, now inside this hello world, right? Consider this is your secure dialog you have. Now again, I'm just creating another file that is sample.html. Okay. And inside this file, I'm just going to refresh it. Okay, so here we have created sample.html. Now just come here and just define the code. Okay, so content rendering from sample.html. Save the changes. Uh, now, now this is the data. That means this is the file I need to include inside this. I want to include inside this hello world.html. So how we can do that things? So for that, Sightly has introduced one custom attributes. These are whatever I'm just writing. No, these are nothing but the custom attributes, right? So what you will do is like data slide include. You have to define here data slide include, and after that you can just simply define your file. So here sample.html is our file, right? Here now after that you can close it. Now close this div as well. Data slide include we have defined it. Now save the changes, come here and try to refresh it. Here you see we got this. So basically this is your hello world component, right? But from this hello world component, from where the data is rendering? From your sample.html, right? From the sample.html, the data it has rendering, right? Just like that, if you have more than one file, the same formula we need to use. We just simply have to use this data slide include. We need to use data slide include. After that, we have a data slide set. Why we use a data slide set? For defining a variable, right? So here data slide set I'm just defining. Okay, and after that you can define here a variable. So just for the example, here I'm just defining a number one. Otherwise a name you can define, and after that inside this you can pass here anything. So here I'm just passing a John. Okay, just add in this slide, and after that now close this slide. In this h3, otherwise in the paragraph, now I just want to add name. Now this is the name I'm just going to add inside this. So we know that this is the John where it has stored inside this name variable. So that, and this is what this name is a dynamic, right? In the HTML we cannot define the name, right? We cannot define the variable inside the HTML. So if you want to define, you need to take the help from the HTML or Sightly, and after that you can directly print this name here. Save the changes, come here and try to refresh. Okay, so name is not printing. Why that we need to know. Data slice set, and here we have defined this one John. Everything is right, no? Oh, okay. Save it. Now come here and try to refresh it. Maybe this time it will come. Yeah. Oh, we mistakenly haven't closed this p correctly. Now you can save it. Come here. Now you will get this name John. See, we got this name as a John, right? Now again, we have a data slide test. Now this is the data you want to execute. Otherwise, just do one thing here. If you have a condition base, if you want to define something in your HTL, then we have to use a data slide test. Use a slide data slide test we have. Okay, and whenever you will define the condition, we have to use this double quotes. Okay, and inside that we have to define the expression language. Now here this is my hello world, right? And here I have a CQ dialog. If user will configure this text, or if user will configure this email ID, then only you can just simply print this text and the email ID, right? How we can do these things? So simply we'll say this is the data if you want to access it. So your data, it has stored inside the content, right? Content, you will see the weekend, and after that here we have a US EN, and here you need to go, you will see the container, another container is there, and after that this is your hello world, right? At the runtime, your Sling has created one object. Not only the one object, it has created three objects. So if you want to access this property, see, we have author the content, and once you will author the content, this content will store inside this hello world, right? So runtime, it has created one object, that is properties. So you need to come here and define this properties here. After that, once you have defined the properties, which properties you want to access it? Age. Consider age. If user has configured the age, and properties dot, if user has configured the email ID, then only this part will execute, right? So here opening, and this one is a closing tag. So if that condition, both, if user has configured, author has configured the age and the email, then only this part, this statement will execute, right? It will come inside this line, it will execute, right? So now print it. Paragraph. Now firstly what we are printing? Age. Define the age. Here how we can access? Properties dot age. After that, we need a email ID as well, right? Make sure that both names should be same, like whatever the email ID you are defining here or the age, this should be present in your properties, right? If both are matched, then only you will get the data, otherwise you won't. Now just go there and just configure it. Now here we are getting the age, right? And after that we are getting the email ID as well. But let me unconfigure it. So here we have age, right? I have deleted. Now you can right check mark it. See, nothing it has coming. Why? Because this is the condition, it has false. Here I have defined the AND operator. So both conditions will be true. So if user is not configured this age and it has configured the email ID, still this data won't print. Okay, both should be configured. So otherwise, here you can define the OR. Save the changes. Now you can go there and try to refresh. Yes, this time we got the output. Why? Because if any condition it has true from this both, we'll get the output. So that's same thing. We haven't configured the age, but we have configured the email ID. Now just unconfigure it. Where's the email ID? Remove this, save it. See, it has gone. Okay. Or if you want to check it, like now you want to perform the comparison operator. So if user will enter the age and it should be a 10, then only this data you want to print. So you can just define like this. Okay, so age we have defined in the string, I think so. Now go there, refresh it. So it won't print because we haven't configured it. We need to configure, and it should be a 10. See, we got the data. Okay, but email we haven't defined it. Let's go there and define the email. Okay, so here we have defined and we got this output, right? There is the output, we got it. After that, here we have a data slide list. Let me remove this, and we have data slide list. Now we knows that. Now I'll give you one example. So here consider we have a UL, right? And inside this UL we are adding a list. So it's maybe a subject. So here I'm just defining the AEM. Okay, so these are the things I have defined it. Okay, mostly in the interview they will ask you what's the difference between data slide list and data slide repeat. So what it will does, both are firstly, both we use to iterate the elements, or that means list element, right? So for the list we'll use the data slide list and data slide repeat. But what it will does is, like when you will use the data slide list only, now consider this is my subject, and inside this subject we have added the AEM and the PHP and what C. So this is the data, that means AEM, PHP and this C. This three iterator it has stored inside this subject. So what it will does, inside this is the UL, it will iterate only once, but this is the children, it will iterate three times. Firstly what we have, AEM, so it will store the AEM, later that PHP and after that C. But the same thing when we will use data slide repeat, so inside this what it will happen, firstly UL and after that list, AEM will print, this is the AEM will print, but after that this whole container again it will repeat based on your children. So firstly this AEM we have, right? So based on this AEM, this the UL will iterate, so whole container it has iterating. Again what it will does, again this UL it will iterate. After that list we have and our PHP, just like that it will do for, it will do for the C as well. So like that it works. Okay, so but why they have introduced the concept of this repeat, if it has iterating the whole list, whole container it has iterating, then why they have introduced it? So sometimes no, we'll use here data slide attributes. Here we'll use a data slide attribute, and this is the value, maybe a source value or anything. This value it is coming as a dynamic. Okay, this is the value, it has coming as a dynamic. So maybe first time user will enter maybe anything, like this is the counter. So first time user will enter here one, then automatically it is increasing to 2 3 4 5, or every time user had changing this value. So every time we need to iterate it, which one, this whole container we need to iterate, because we have defined the properties as a container, as a container level, right? So we need to use here, for that we need to use here data slide repeat, data slide repeat we need to use. Okay, how we can do this thing, firstly we'll see data slide list. Okay, so data slide list, and make sure that, see now it has coming more than one value, right? So whenever it has coming more than one value, so you should be defined in this expression language, but you have to define double quotes as well, right? And after that, if you are not using anything, see whenever you are using a data slide list, you have to define the object. But if you are not defining the object, automatically an object will create, that is item, and inside this item only your AEM will store, and after that PHP and the C will store. So whatever the value firstly it has coming, this value will store inside this item, and when you are just printing this item, you will get this AEM. Got it? Now I'll show you. Don't define anything inside this. Directly use double quotes. Here properties dot we knows that our subject where it has stored inside this subject, right? And here we have more than one value, AEM, PHP, C and the C++. So just call your subject. Spelling is right now, yeah. UL we have opened it. Now we need to close the UL. Okay. This thing is nice now. After that, you can print inside the list. But what we have to print this time? We haven't anything. Like here we don't have any variable. So this is what it has more than one value. So it is in array format, right? So first value automatically it has one variable, that is item. So this value will store inside the item, okay, and this is the item we need to print. Then only we'll get the first value. Come here and just print the item. Save the changes. Come here and refresh it. See, we got the AEM, PHP, C and the C++, right? How we got it? Because of here we have, okay, so this is what array. Consider this is the array. Each and individual value it has storing in one variable, and that variable is a predefined already. This one, okay, and each and every time it will iterate it. Okay, another thing is there, like now you want to check it. Like, is this a first number? Whatever it has coming. If it is a first number, now you want to return the true value. Okay, so here now you want to define the conditions, right? And you want, if this AEM is the first one, then you can return true. Okay, maybe this types of scenario it will come. Maybe this is the AEM is the middle one, then it will return the true. If this AEM is a last, then you can return the true. Just like that, if you want to find out the even, or maybe you want to find out the odd, okay, or maybe where your AEM it has stored, in which position your AEM it has stored, so you can just simply use here index. And after that, here also we have a counter as well. We have a counter as well. So counter always start from the first, your index always start from the zeroth location. What does it mean by the odd? 1, 3, 5, 5, 7, 9. These are nothing but your odd numbers, right? And what even? 2, 4, 6, 8. These are nothing but your even numbers. So all these object they have already defined in the list. Okay. So what if you want to use this object? What you have to do is simply you whatever the variable you are going to create. Now consider, here you see, so we have a data slide list. Now I'm just creating my own object, own variable I'm creating. So this is the object variable I have created. So inside that we have to define here object, right? So if you want to use this object, that means this is the variable or statement you want to use it, then you have to use one object, that is object list. Okay, whatever you are defining here, it may be a variable, right? This time I have defined, so only these things you need to change, variable. And the thing is, if you want to, or if you want to use this objects, then you have to use this parent object, that is called as a variable list. Again I'm just telling, this list is common, whatever you are defining, no, with that you need to append the list. That's it. Okay, so here after that, now variable list I have defined. Just simply, if you want to check this is the first or not, then you can simply use here first. That's it. Copy this, data slide variable, that's okay, variable list, go there. Okay, so firstly what it has done, so we knows that data slide list, what it will does, it will iterate, right? The first one, the first one is our AEM, right? First one is our AEM, so this one is our first element. Yeah, so that's why it has written true, and the remaining it has written false. Now which one is our middle? We don't know which one is our middle, so directly what we will do, copy this, come here Otherwise you can do one thing, no, middle one. Here again you can define a variable list dot middle. Save the changes. Come here and refresh it. See, so in this case, your middle is 2 and the 3. 2 and 3 is your middle one, right? So that's why it has written true. Just like that. Now we need to check which one is our last. Come here, and what we have to define here? Variable list dot last. Just like that, I need for index. So just come at the first and just define the index here. Dollar curly braces open and close. Here we have to define the variable list dot index. Just like that, we have to define for counter. So counter always start from your first index, right? Here you can define variable list dot counter. Save the changes. Come here and paste it. See, so index it is always starting from the 0 and your counter is not starting from anything. Why? Okay. Variable list. Okay, we have defined everything right now. Counter variable is the variable list we have defined. Counter also. The spelling is right now. Still it's not coming. Okay. We have to define count. Come here and refresh it. Now you will get here. See. So your index it is starting from the 0th and your counter it is starting from the first. After that, what is that's true? We need to go there and check. What is this? The first. Okay, so here we need to mention first element. If it is the first element, then it will return true. Otherwise, it will return false. The middle one that is also okay, and the last one also. Come here and refresh it once. Okay, go in the preview. Now this is the thing we have, that is index here starting from the 0, counter first element that is true, it has false, and it's not even a last. That's the thing it has written. Now we need to check. Go inside the div, console, inspect it, and after that click over here. Okay, so here you see, now this is the list we have, and inside this list we have this one, right? So we have a fourth element, so that's why 4 times it has iterated, but it hasn't iterated this ul. It's only one time it has iterated right now. But now the thing is, when I will use, instead of this data slide list, if I use here repeat, save the changes, come here and try to refresh it. Nothing it will change in this output. Yeah, nothing it has changed, right? But when you will come here and just inspect it, this time you will see, right? Here you see, for each iterator, what he has done, entire container it has repeated. Just like that for this list as well. For this list, it has iterate this entire container just for this as well. So if you have a 10 element, 10 times this container it will iterate, right? This is also okay. After that, we have a data slide element. I think so. So this is the H1 and this is the H1. I have closed it. And here, this is the H1 text. Okay. And here I'm just using just consider, okay. Here I'm using data slide element and here double quotes open. See, this is the double quotes I'm just applying on a attribute. If you have more than one value that time, and when you will call to your by using a data slide use, when you will call to your class and you are passing the attribute, that time we use this double quotes, right? So here properties dot text we have, right? One text we have now somewhere. When you will come here, you will see the text where it is. Yeah, this is the text we have, and here we have defined the text only, right? But okay, so there is the thing. So what it will does, so whenever user has configured the value, that time it will change this h1 to this text. Now save the changes, go there and try to refresh it. It hasn't changed, I think so. It is in the h1 only. It hasn't changed because go inside the edit, configure it, pass here h1. Try to pass here h2. Nothing it is happening. Data slide element spelling is right now. Data slide element. We'll go on the internet. So like this we need to define. Okay, we'll try. Yeah, it has changed. Here you see. So this is what your h1, right? And h1 is what heading tag, right? Now try to inspect it. Come here and just click. See. So when you will use data slide element and whatever you are going to define there, so what it will does, it will replace with your current tag, right? So in this current, what we have a h1. So it has replaced with this span. Okay, and here what I have used is before that I have uses here properties dot text, right? So in this case maybe by using a context, and here we have to define html something. Let it be. We got it, no? So here we'll just simply need to use here whatever the tag you are mentioning. Just like now here I'm just mentioning the h3. So what it will does, this is the data, this is the tag, it will convert into an h3. Right? Try to refresh it. See, it has converted into an h3. Now we'll see data like template and data like call. So basically this is nothing but the methods only, or you can say it's functions. So here div, you can simply use data slide template, and after that you have to define the name of the template, right? Info. This is the name of our template, and after that you can pass here information. So whatever you need. So if you have a text, you can simply mention here dollar curly braces open and close properties dot text, right? Just like that. Now you have a age. Come here, properties dot age. Okay, if you have something, you can define inside this. So here I'm just closing this div. After that, how we can call? So like you have defined the method, and method specially we use to reuse the code, right? Reuse the statement. So that's why here we have defined the code, and if you want to call it, for that you need to use data like call, data like call, and here you need to you need to call. So double quotes open, dollar curly braces open and the close, and here you need to define the name of your method, right? Info. That's it. Close this, save the changes, come here and refresh it. See, we got h6 and this h10. So why, how we are getting it? Like firstly, we have defined this method, and by using data like call, we have called that specified methods, right? Now how we can pass the parameters? So for passing a parameter, you need to define here at the rate, and you have to pass the parameters. Okay, data like template I have used, and this is the thing, double quotes, dollar curly braces open and the close, and here you need to define the option. This is what your options. Okay, and here you can pass the parameter. So text, and after that what we have age. So instead of this, you can simply define the text, and here you have to define this age. That's it. Now this is nothing but your parameter. Now we need to pass the argument as well. So whenever you will define the parameter, we should have to pass the argument. Okay, so how we can do these things? So simply call, this one is okay. We need to define here options, and here we have to define the text and define the value of this particular text. Okay, so we will define like this, properties dot text, and just like that, give the comma here and define again. Oh, this time age we need. Inside this age, we are going to define properties dot age. Save the changes, go there and try to refresh it. We got the error. If you will get these types of, that means we got the error. Now what's the error is? Properties. Properties. That's saved. Now come here and try to refresh it. Yeah, again we have error. Write info, we have defined it, and after that text, that's also okay. Text we have defined, age also we have defined it. Nice. Text, we need to give the comma, and age we have defined, right? Properties dot age as well. Here only we need to create, just try to refresh it. Again, I'm not getting dollar curly braces open. This is the curly braces. It will close at the last, right? After that, we need to close this one. That is nice. Properties dot age we have, and just like that, we have a properties dot text as well, right? Still, it's not coming. Okay, try to remove this. Here, oh, this time we are getting right. Now the same thing we'll do. Like we have created this, and I'm just going to pass the parameter. So for that we have to use the dollar curly braces open and the close. Here we have to use the options. Okay. After that, here I'm passing first parameter, that is text, and the second parameter, that is age. Okay. Otherwise, just define here email. So this is the parameter I have passed it, right? And here I have closed. That is also nice. After that, the same data we are using here, properties dot text. Instead of that, here simply remove this property and define text. Just like that, here we have to remove this and define here email. Okay, now it's okay. After that, now we need to call parenthesis open close. This one is also okay. Here we simply need to define at the rate, and after that, here we need to pass the value. So in this text, we are going to define properties dot text, and just like that, give the comma here. Now here I'm using a age. In this age, we are going to use properties dot age. Save it, come here and refresh it. It's not coming. Properties dot email, right? It's not coming. Still it's not coming. That's okay, let it be. Instead of defining the dynamic value, just try to define a static. Like here, a text is equals to text only. I have defined it, right? Okay, here I haven't closed the curly braces. We need to close it. And after that, here I have defined only the text. Now this is the text we are printing. Save it, come here and try to refresh. This time we are getting right. Our dynamic value it's not coming. So here what I have done here is I have passed the argument. So first of all, one method I have created by using this data slide template, and this is the name of your method. and we are passing the parameter, and here we are calling and we are passing here argument. Okay, and this is the argument we are printing here, but when I have passed the dynamic value, it's getting error. Okay,